Hey everybody, welcome back to Jay Creates. Today we're not doing a build video. Today I am going to do an unboxing, assembly, and quick look at this Ryobi Speed Bench. Now you guys know I'm a Ryobi guy. I'm not a Ryobi snob, you know, I do have other tools. I got a skill miter saw, a DeWalt table saw, rigid planer. You know, I like Ryobi. I've been using Ryobi for 20 something years, back when they were before they were this color, so when they were blue. Anyway, I have been eyeing this thing since it came out, and it's like $199. I went to Home Depot the other day. I saw it. It's marked at $149, and I said, well, I do want one, but you all know my shop here, there's no space. It's not really my shop, it's my parents' house, but this summer I do have plans with my stepfather to get this place cleaned out, organized, insulated, and ready to be worked in. So I saw this at $149. I said, I'll wait. Maybe that's the new low price, and I'll just, you know, have to wait till everything is organized and cleaned out, or, you know, until I find a place to put it. So literally the next day after I saw this in the store, I got an email from Home Depot credit card. I have their credit card, and they're like, oh, $25 off any purchase of $150 or more. So this is $149. I'm like, I'll have to buy something to get me to $150 because before taxes. I'm like, well, I guess I can just get a couple of poplar project boards for, you know, a couple of bucks. And that'll put me at the $150. I'll use my coupon for $25 off. Cool. Then I'm like, all right, well, you know, I think I may have mentioned it in a video before. I do have an app on my phone that I use when I go get gas. And you can use it for shopping and restaurants as well, but I really just use it for gas. And I'll put a link somewhere up here, down in the description below. So it's a cashback app. So, and I think I mentioned in one of my other unboxing videos, I cashed in my cash back and put it towards this. So with the $25 off, and I don't know, I think it was around $20 in cash back money that I transferred, I got this for about $106. So I was in the store, calculated it all out. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get it. If I can get it for just over $100 compared to the $199, I'm gonna do it. So I did it. Long story short, today we're gonna get this thing out of the box, get it assembled, and have a quick first look at it. And let's get it on. Let's get going. Okay, so I'm gonna unpack it and put it on the cart here. I'm gonna use my fancy Ryobi knife to do it. The box is a little beat up. It's the only one they had in the store, and I think it's been around for a while, so you know, it's probably gotten beat up just being moved around the store. Of course, we have our instructions. So this corner right here is bent in, but it's not real bad. But this, I think, is where the link mounts go, because there's screw holes here. So looks like it's going to be covered up by the link. So seeing as how I really got this for like half the price, I'm not going to be too nitpicky on that. But we'll see if it interferes with the operation at all. If it does, then I may have to call Ryobi and see what they can do. But let me get some tools. Instructions. Do we read instructions? Sometimes we do. This is going to be another one where the instructions are in the front, but the diagrams are all the way in the back. So I'm just going to go to the diagrams and see if we can figure it out from there. It's got a couple of scratches on it. It's going to get beat up anyway. I would prefer to be the one that makes the scratches rather than it coming scratched, but it is what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and briefly follow the diagrams here. Like I said, the instructions are in the front of the book, diagrams are in the back, just like when I was doing the drill press. So I'm just going to try and go with the diagrams and not have to go back and forth to the text, because there is a little bit here. But I mean, if you can follow pictures, you should be able to get this assembled. So with that in mind, I'm just going to have at it. We'll put a little music behind it, speed it up a little bit, and we'll come back when we're ready to have a complete look at it. They could have made it a little bit easier. All right, well, the table is assembled. It was kind of a pain in the butt. Definitely not as easy as they make it seem in their own video. Ryobi has a video that they put out on how to assemble this table. The guy probably built tons of them, so that's why it only took him 6 minutes. Their instructions, just like the instructions for the drill press I did, the instructions are in text towards the front of the manual, and the diagrams are in the back of the manual. So you got to keep flipping back and forth. Sometimes it's better just to go to the pictures and look at the pictures. But even at that, the pictures aren't that great. It would be nice if Ryobi put together like a color PDF with larger pictures and better text instructions all on the same page that you could go download to assemble your table. That being said, I did have to break out the mallet, as you could see, a couple of times, and I had to use the big giant wrench to adjust one of the spacers. So there's 4 sets of spacers on here between the bars. So you got 2 spacers here, 2 here, here, and here. Well, this one, and this one went in fine. But once those are in and you tighten the bolts a little bit, there's not a lot of wiggle room to get the 4th set in. I can get the first spacer, but the second spacer would not get in there. And I did get it. I had to, you can see me in the video, and it's going to be, you probably already saw it. I had to finagle around with it, hit it with the mallet, and turn it with the wrench to get it to go where it needed to go. But that being said, it is done. It is assembled. Let me show you how to use this thing. So, you can use it as a dolly, right? You put your tools on here, your saws, your planers, or whatever you want. You can move it around. You can take that off and not have that on there at all. But what's the point, right? It's supposed to be a multi-purpose tool or bench, mobile workstation. You take this out of the back of your truck, you throw your tools on there, you go to your job site, pop the table up, do what you got to do. When you're done, you put the table back down, load your tools up, and go back to the truck. Well, I'm not going to be using it that way. I'm going to be using it here in the garage. And eventually, if I ever open a secondary shop at my property in Vermont, this will probably end up there because there's more room for it. Anyway, that being said, I know I said that already too, but so there's a little locking mechanism here. You push that in, and then just, let the table do the work. And you kind of push this out. There's some rubber feet down there they're going to catch, and it locks into place. Now this is supposed to hold 400 pounds, and I'm not 400 pounds for sure. Sometimes I feel like I am, but I'm not going to get on it for you. I did see somebody else's video where he actually put 400 pounds on here, and it held the weight a little bit more than that. It probably wouldn't hold it for long, but anyway, it did hold. I don't know who's going to be putting 400 pounds on here, but they say it can hold up to 400 pounds. On this side here, you have your link system. So they give you one bucket with one separator, so you can adjust the size of it. Just put that on the edge there. I have buckets from other things, and they're all universal. This is out of the small parts organizer. That'll fit in there. But they only give you one with the table. To pull the table back up, you're going to push your lock in again, and then just lift it. And you're ready to go. So on the front of the table, you have your rulers all the way around. Half of it is SAE, the other half is metric. So you have your inches. Then here you have your angles. You got 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, and 90. You have a little workspace here. You got a couple of diagrams here. It's got a picture of a drill with a line through it, as in no drilling. You don't want to drill down these lines here. That's where your frame is attached to the table. You don't want to drill into the frame. Probably don't want to drill into the table either. It's so nice. Just use it as an assembly table, or maybe put your miter saw up there or something. But other than that, it's a little awkward folding it and unfolding it, but I'm sure once I do it a few times, it's going to be fine. It was a little awkward to put it together. I did have to use the mallet on a couple of things. Like I said, the spacers, and you probably saw me banging on the handle here to get that to line up down at the bottom. Got that little bend here. You can't even see the dent because it's covered up by the link system. But hey, you know, all in all, I think it'll be useful for me, especially in the garage here, where I can just have a work table. I can, you know, when the warmer weather comes, I can wheel this right outside and have an assembly table outside. I guess that's going to be it. So I showed you the unboxing, the somewhat difficult assembly, how to fold the table up, fold it down. We have your tabletop here with all your rulers and angle guides. You got your Ryobi link on the side. And what else do you got? Oh yeah, the dolly. You can use it as a dolly. But I guess that's going to wrap this one up. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about the Ryobi Speed Bench. Let me know if you have one, how your assembly went. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, and come back and watch another video.